Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, and if you're here for the very first time, it's nice to meet you. I'm Jane and my husband Mike is behind the camera. We're British early retirees, we have no debt and we've paid off the mortgage, and we live a thrifty, frugal and money saving life here in Brittany in northwest France, and every Wednesday we invite you in for a midweek money chat. Now we as a couple really need to save more money, and in this video today we're going to talk about why, and we're going to talk about how we're going to have to really raise our game to do so. Our situation isn't unique at all, and it's probably absolutely just like yours. And we can list really quite quickly everything that has gone up again this year. Electricity, car fuel, all of our insurances, our health insurance, our home insurance and our car insurance, they've all gone up. It might only be by a bit, but it has all gone up. Materials for our home has gone up. Food prices continue to increase. Anything we need to buy for our house or our garden, that has increased. Our property taxes have increased, our business taxes have increased, and our pet food costs have increased, and our vet costs. The vets, they've had to put up their prices too. So all of those things have increased, but our incomes and our pensions have not caught up with those increases. So that's the why, and we're now going to have a look at how we are going to have to do things. And I know you've heard so many videos from people who talk about money saving, and all of the time it's very, very similar. But in the video today, we promise you we're going to be talking about the things where we're going to have to, as I've said, raise our game and look at things and do things a little bit differently, because if we don't, we're not going to make those savings. We have expensive energy prices here in Europe. Different countries are much higher than France, the UK, Netherlands, Germany, higher electricity costs than France. Other countries, lower electricity costs than France. So as a family, Mike and I, we are low energy users. We make sure that we do everything as economically as possible, that we're washing our clothes in cold water. We don't use our dishwasher all of the time. We rarely use our tumble dryer. We heat our water overnight on cheap rates. So we're really energy conscious anyway. All of our lighting is LED, and we use gas in gas bottle heaters to subsidize our heating. We eke that out too. As I said, we're low energy users. So we're already mindful about our energy costs. But with the increases this year, well, we had increases last year, and then we've had increases again this year. We're having to be even more mindful about our energy costs. Let's have a chat about how we're doing that. Our two main major expenses as a household are energy for our house and food. And I'm going to start off by talking about energy. Now, you may or may not already know, we had to switch tariffs. We had to find a cheaper way of doing things. And we switched to a tariff where we have cheaper electricity for 343 days a year, but we have extraordinarily high electricity for 22 days of the year. So that's the first thing that we did, is we switched to a rather complicated and a rather fiddly tariff, and we just have to make it work. I know many other people, and people here in France that I talk to, really wouldn't want to switch to that tariff, because you have to think about what colour day is it. Is it a red day, which is really expensive? Is it a white day, which is slightly more expensive? Or is it a blue day, which is the regular, cheaper tariff? So that's the first thing that we've done. And it isn't easy, and we do have to be on our toes about it. The next thing that we've done is that we've been working with Allpowers, and they have sponsored the channel, and we've been very grateful for their support. And because of them, that we have now got some solar batteries, and we use those. But you might think to yourself, well, it's the middle of winter, you live in the northern hemisphere, and we've had cloudy weather for all of December, all of January, and we can't always charge up those solar boxes in the daytime. So something else that we've been doing, and my husband at 10 o'clock every night literally goes around and switches those on. So let's list them. We've got an R3500 that runs our kitchen, and he charges that at 10 o'clock at night when we go to the cheap rate electricity. He charges that and he switches that one on. We've got the R1500 which runs our living room, and I've got an S2000 that runs my sewing room. And obviously in the summer we're going to benefit from this because it will be entirely solar. But what we do now, and this is something that I know other people are doing here in France, that they are using their solar boxes and they are charging them up on the cheap rate electricity that we always get at 10 o'clock at night until 6 in the morning. So in the daytime, we are always running on the nighttime tariff. Now I know that is a step too far for many people, and it would be a step too far for some of them to buy those Allpowers boxes or any of those solar batteries, and we get that. We understand that. We would be buying the smaller ones ourselves, the S2000 and the R1500s, because that would be within our price bracket. So that's something that we've been doing. And in the summer, obviously, as I've said to you, we are going to be running almost entirely on solar. So all of our laundry, washing the dishes, all of the cooking, all of that will be done on solar. And I think it's more and more the case now that people are having to find a major investment to buy a solar box, because electricity, just drawing it down day by day, has become outrageously expensive, and for some people completely unaffordable. So it's a bit of a skip and a jump, it's a bit of a fiddle and a nuisance to run our houses off these solar boxes, and you have to think to yourself before you ever switch on an iron or I plug in my hairdryer or anything like that, to make sure that on a day like today, a red day, that I'm running absolutely everything off those solar boxes, because the day rate is too high, and we compensate by using the cheaper nighttime rate. Let's get talking about food. Let's talk about food, and a bit of a backstory first of all. In 2021 and 2022, our supermarket budget was €300 a month. That was all food, all drink, all toiletries, all cleaning products, all laundry products, all bathroom tissue, everything. 2023, we really saw a surge in prices, and as the year went on, we didn't see them come down. This year we are seeing small reductions, and I mean very small reductions. They're nothing like they were previously. However, we've decided as a couple that we are going to keep our supermarket bill and put it back to €300 a month. I want to share this with you. If we only had €100 a month to feed ourselves, we would find a way. So we're going to just find a way and make it work by putting it back to €300 a month. And we're already doing all the things that you're probably doing as well. We're eating at home. I worked out that if we 3 meals a day, 365 days a year is 1,095 meals. And last year we ate out 5 times, 5 meals. So 1,090 meals we ate at home, 5 we didn't. And it will probably be very much the same this year. We're eating seasonally. I'm cooking once, we're eating twice. I'm batch cooking. I'm shopping the sales. I'm conscious of energy when I'm cooking. I'm checking out all the offers. I'm looking at the reduced short date products. I'm doing all of those things, and you're doing all of those things as well. Now let's talk about the things, as I said at the beginning, that we're all going to have to do, if you choose to, of course, not telling you what to do. Those things that we all can do if we all need, as we do, to up our game. We have found out that for us to save money at the supermarket, we really have to be on our game. And here are some of the things that we're doing very, very consciously this year, and that we are not going to let them slip, because we cannot let them slip at all this year. So we are shopping on specific days. I know tomorrow at Super U, something that I need to buy is on offer tomorrow. It won't be, they will have it, their brochure says it's there all week. But I know if I don't get there tomorrow and buy it tomorrow, when the store opens, it'll be gone. So I have to be there on certain days. I know another supermarket has deals on the Wednesday, so I'm having to split my shopping. Now, if you think that I'm doing a lot of running around, I am not. We have a very, very economical car that we drive at a very steady pace, which you have to with the speed limit, and we get 60 miles to the gallon out of it. So we're very economical with our car, and we make sure that we're only going to do what we need to do. So we're shopping on specific days. As I've said, we are shopping on specific times. Don't think that we can go at 11 o'clock or saunter in at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. If they've had pork on shoulder pork on offer at $1.99 a kilo, where the offer gives you 20% back on the card, you bet by lunchtime it's gone. It's gone. If I go tomorrow and coffee is on offer, it will be gone. An example, we went and bought dishwasher tablets, and it was about 14 euros a box for these, but with the discount on it, we got 14 euros back, making them 2 euros. We could only buy so many, and one lot of them was completely gone, and we got there at 9:30 and the store opened at 8:30. We'll not be making that mistake again. We're really making the most of the biggest discounts, which is where they double them. So if we go on a Tuesday to one supermarket, we will not only get the 20% off, the 20% that comes back on our cashback on our store card, we will also get an immediate 34% in-store discount that day. And you have to be really mindful of that. And people might think, well, I can't go on a Tuesday. And unfortunately, that is just unfortunate. You have to be there on the right day. You have to be there on the right time. And we cannot shop in just one supermarket. We have to split our supermarket shopping. I will do some in Netto, some in Super U, some in Leclerc, some in Intermarché. I cannot just go to one. And that is an absolute nuisance. And I know discussing that with people, especially here in France, who want to save money, as far as they're concerned, that is a step too far. Well, the supermarkets are not making it easy for us. And as I've said, we really have to up our game. This year, something else that we've been doing is bulk buying. And previously, you will have known I am not a bulk buyer. This year, I have bulk bought bathroom tissue to last me until way after Easter. I have bought dishwashing tablets to last me the year. I have bought laundry liquid and fabric conditioner to last me the year. We've invested in a bigger freezer. We already have a fridge freezer and it's quite small. We've bought a freezer that is now in our basement because we need to do that. We need to do that. And if you want to ask me, I know I'll get a comment about this, about our supermarket budget, it will still stay 300 euros a month. We have to make this work within that amount. Let's talk about now why we really need to make these savings. We are all very much in the same boat, aren't we? I very much doubt if anybody watching this hasn't had increases to insurance, to your running costs of your fuel for your car, of car tyres, of everything. Even a haircut costs more, doesn't it? So we're all having to find savings. And those of you like us on a small income or a pension, you're not seeing those increases in that. So we're just having to make it work. And there's something I want to share with you as well. we had to add to our emergency fund last year because we keep our emergency fund at 12 months living expenses. And living expenses covers everything, doesn't it? Including running the car. Living expenses include looking after our pets, of absolutely everything. And if that goes up, we have to add to that. So there we go. It's explaining to you why we're having to put aside more money. And it's not easy for any of us, and I doubt if it's easy for any of you watching. You've got to this far in the video, a million thanks to you. Massive thanks to everybody who hits the like button. Thank you to everyone who leaves a comment, and we read every single one of them, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.